Getting on.
We are back.
So yeah, we played a little clip before of Kevin Owens, aka Kevin Steen from Independent Scene. He's going to be making his debut, the upcoming NXT Takeover event.
On Wednesday, isn't it?
It's the Wednesday or Thursday, I believe.
Wednesday, yeah.
It's a Wednesday, yeah.
It's going to be good.
We'll preview that card and we'll just go over NXT this week. NXT, by the way, is probably WWE's best actual wrestling programming they do, like in terms of the in-ring. It's a lot more serious. So if a lot of diehards out there need an alternative, NXT is like a different company, it's a different brand. You can tell it's Triple H run as well. It's more focused on the in-ring side.
Should they ever make it like longer, 2 hours?
Well, it's only an hour, the TV show.
Yeah, but do you think they ever make it longer? Like,
Do you think it'll go to 2 hours? Possibly.
Depends. I don't know what ratings it gets, so I couldn't say.
Well, it doesn't actually. It is on the network in America. But over in the UK, it airs on Sky Sports.
Yeah.
So I think I've got a lot of like all the wrestlers that come up from NXT. Probably have a lot more exposure here in the UK. Like the UK fan base know them more because obviously NXT's on TV over here.
Yeah. So NXT Women's Champion Charlotte defeated local competitor.
So obviously, it's Charlotte Flair. She's the best diva to come along. Her and Paige are going to run the Divas division sometime soon.
I've still not seen Charlotte.
And I think Charlotte's going to debut very soon as well.
Yeah.
I believe she's going to lose the title at the pay-per-view on Wednesday. And then she's going to get promoted.
She's going to come and beat Nikki.
Hopefully, Charlotte versus Paige. That happens at Mania for the Divas title.
That'd be quite cool.
Yeah. Charlotte and Teddy, you know.
The Vaudevillains defeated Wesley Blake and Buddy Murphy. The Vaudevillains are funny, man.
Vaudevillains are funny gimmick.
You showed me
they're basically silent film, aren't they? Yeah, they're
gimmick.
like
so
it's
good.
never been done, and it's really funny.
Yeah.
Another good gimmick, in NXT they're coming up with. So
it reminded me of Goldust. You know how the way their entrance is different from everyone else's. Like it's in black and
little
white.
Stuff like that gets you over, doesn't it?
Yeah. Well, that makes
so
you remember.
they're going to be facing the Lucha Dragons of Kalisto and Sin Cara for the NXT titles on Wednesday as well. So I think they'll win the belts. I think they will. I think that gimmick's getting over. So.
Bull Dempsey, aka the unhardest hard man in the world, defeated Elias Sampson in a squash.
Don't know who those people are.
Yeah. Bull Dempsey's just like generic. I'm a hard, generic. I am a big hard man, and he's just doesn't even look hard, man. It's just
there's the only thing about NXT is there'll be a lot of there's a lot of squash matches. That's the way of getting they use the squash match a lot more than WWE do to get people over. But
Hideo Itami and Finn Balor defeated Tyson Kidd and Tyler Breeze.
Obviously Hideo Itami is Kenta, big Japanese star that is signed in the summer, and
good man.
Finn Balor is Prince Devitt, aka Fergal Devitt, who's probably the best free agent in the world.
I didn't realise, but I've actually watched this match. I must have watched it on YouTube or something this week. Good match.
It will be a good match with them
four in it.
Four of them, Tyler Breeze is quite athletic as well.
Then the Kevin Steen.
Hideo Itami and Finn Balor are going to face off against the Ascension on the pay-per-view. That's been a good little book for you. I really like that. They introduced Hideo, and then the Ascension kept beating up Hideo 2-1 for quite a long time, like a month. And then Finn Balor, his friend from all around the world, blah blah blah. Debuted and saved him.
I mean, I think from this, Finn Balor might go straight into the main event card,
Yeah,
I think
it was reported when they signed Prince Devitt that he weren't going to be in NXT for long. Yeah. That was in the contract. So
I'm thinking possibly Neville drops the title to Zayn.
Zayn versus Balor.
Yeah. But Balor plays good heel, man.
He's a better heel. Obviously, he's the runner of the Bullet Club from New Japan. And when he left, AJ Styles took the reins of leader. But Prince Devitt was the best. Was even better, as a heel.
It's gonna be strange when Adrian Neville comes on WWE TV and you get a Jodie accent every week, innit?
The thing about
man,
he's such a spectacle to see. He's like a circus that he doesn't really need to be good at promos because
I don't think his promos that bad. It's just quite funny whenever you hear him speak.
Quite bad.
I don't think they're awful.
But that's not how he'll get over anyway.
But I mean, then to finish it, go on, Louis.
I was just saying, got quite a good number of good British.
Yeah, they found some different ethnicities, haven't they? Because there's a lot of good, international talents out there.
Yeah, they're definitely going to a more diverse roster, and that's what they need, man. It's good stuff. It's almost going back to 2003 when they sort of did the same, just stuff for everyone. Then the night finished with the NXT champion Adrian Neville and Sami Zayn going face to face before this match on Wednesday is going to be awesome.
I
Like,
think it's going to be a match of the year. I put this on my Twitter. I think it'll be the best match
to
of the
anyone that's not seen any, get a stream or get the network or whatever and watch NXT Takeover Revolution on Wednesday. 2-hour show, and this main event is going to be awesome.
Amazing. It's obviously Pac from the independent scene back in the day and El Generico from the independent scene. Two of my top 5 independent wrestlers. Obviously I've touched upon Sami Zayn was the person that got me into independent wrestling. El Generico and Pac was always one of my favourites. So it's going to be good, especially for me to see them deliver on the big time. It's also a career versus title match. Sami Zayn has put up his career on the line and said, he'll retire, he'll leave if he doesn't win the title, which is either really obvious he's going to win the title, or Sami Zayn loses and comes back as El Generico.
Oh, goes on the main roster.
Or goes on the main roster.
Yeah.
That's true. But we haven't talked about the main selling point of the show was the Kevin Owens, Kevin Steen promo.
He's going to debut.
The gimmick they've given him.
God knows where, but
the gimmick they've given him
going to debut somewhere.
Seems really, really strong gimmick, but we don't know whether he's going to be face or heel. That is very interesting to see. The promo that Ed touched upon, he talked about his history of Daniel Bryan being in a tag team with Daniel Bryan. They signed him first. He talked about Pac. He's known him for years, independent scene. They signed him first. And then he talked about Sami Zayn, his best friend for 10 years, travel up and down the road together, but they still signed him first.
It's interesting.
He says he's going to change.
It's going to be good, man. I like it. It's seen some of his independent work's great.
Yeah. He'll be the best cutting promos on that roster as soon as he debuts, even including WWE roster. He's that good.
He's going to be big.
You know what?
You know what? In about a year's time, it would be a great match. Kevin Steen versus Bray Wyatt.
Yeah,
that would be an awesome big match. Brock
Lesnar versus Kevin Steen.
Yeah, because Bray Wyatt and Kevin Steen are almost the new big men. Slightly smaller, so where the frame, because the frame can take it a lot more. They're moving away from people who with giantism and stuff like that, because after a few years the knees and legs get really bad. So they're going for people who are going to last longer. I mean, if NXT's anything to go by, the roster in a few years is going to be unbelievable, isn't it? It's going to be a stacked roster.
Yeah, and whoever's it's Triple H as well. Actually, he's been the guy that main focal point in signing them talents.
Yeah.
So
the card for Wednesday is Finn Balor and Hideo Itami versus the Ascension. The Lucha
Dragons. Like said, we saw the match.
Yeah. The Lucha Dragons versus the Vaudevillains. It's gonna be funny. It's gonna be one of them. It's gonna be quite a funny match. Good wrestling involved.
Kalisto, it was Samurai Del Sol from the independent scene, and when he gets promoted, some of the things that guy can do. He's about 5 foot. That's how tall he is. It's so funny to see him in the ring.
Yeah, 5'6". He's marginally smaller than Ray, isn't he? Yeah. Ray's 5'7", isn't he? Charlotte Flair versus Sasha Banks for the NXT champion, and then the main event, Adrian Neville versus Sami Zayn. Kevin Steen will probably call him Kevin Owens now. Really,
yeah. I'm always going to call him Steen.
Yeah. He's gonna fit in there somewhere, probably in a squash match or maybe run interference.
Do you think so? Or do you think it'll be a promo, or do you think he comes out in the main event?
He comes out in the main event and takes Sami Zayn out. Yeah. His best friend.
They lead to that feud straight away, because we know that feud's coming. We know it's coming, but imagine they lead to it straight away. Have you seen that card? There's no filler on it. It just a nicely laid out card. All the matches.
There'll be a couple more matches added onto it as well. They're not going to just do 4 matches based over 2 hours. So you'll have your Kevin Steen stuff, and there'll probably be 1 or 2 other little matches in there as well.
Bull Dempsey, Squash, Mojo Rawley.
Probably something they don't need to advertise.